Pain Cave, and at the moment on this way up the climb here, this is coming towards the plateau of the Vessel Rock climb. You can see you come over the top, it levels off, and then there's this really cruel 200-meter.
Yes.
He punches the area delay. Xavier Maillard is going to take away the points, and now, if that polka dot jersey is his target, he has the opportunity to take a bit of a breather before the next climb, because that's right at the end of the race. But with a gap, with a time gap that is substantial, do you make the chasers work hard to get back up? This is going to be very interesting indeed. How hard you work, how much effort you put in, and let's see what comes as you keep on pushing. So as these riders make their way in through, Brent Gibson in second place at the moment, then Escobar followed by Lipka and a Truba. You can just see making the way up here, just coming up over the top of the climb section here. And the climb point of the Vessel Rock climb, absolutely critical. This is the leading group of riders through, and category 6, 13 riders going through pretty much together, and then a gap of what is going to be 22 seconds to Andrew Bain in 14th position. So realistically now, we have 13 riders at the front of the category 6 race, and those 13 riders are basically, I would like to say altogether, they're not. It is basically 12 and a 1. But Xavier Maillard, if he's thinking about doing a solo time trial to the finish of this race, good luck, sir.
Well, what I can say is fabulous to see just how hard every racer works on the Sunday Race Club. And Maillard, we saw him coming to the top of that climb. Junior Silva on our screen at the moment. Another really, really strong rider. He took 4th place last week, and he's in this group chasing the lone leader at the moment. Escobar is with him as well. So great to see him in the mix as they come on to the Vessel Rock Plateau. Now, there are short climbs, there are short descents, and there are flat sections on the top. That's where we're going to leave category 6 at the 14.6 kilometre marker, because category 2 are about to come out the pen.
Indeed they are, and again, a number of squads putting in the requisite number of riders for that team competition. We may be saying this a lot and sounding like a stuck vinyl record, but it's for a reason, because riders need to remember this. Each and every final we see teams without enough riders. Make sure you get 3 riders. Teams who've done that: Glorious Victis, Jakob Björklund of Sweden, Nathan Guerra from the United States of America, and Todd Allen Young of Sweden have done it. Level Elite have done it. Jamie Cahill from the UK, Nicholas Becker from Denmark, and Isa Niederhauser also in a team of 3. Team of 4, the smartest, Bankston Theme, Jochems and Walter. We have the Hitmen with Graves, Forster, Koistonen and Nair. The UAE Falcons, Altanaji and Hamden. The UAE Clan team, well, Mr. X100, Pavlo Popovic and SS on very familiar roads that we have raced here in Alula for a long time. Some of our oldest riders on the platform in terms of the amount of racing and riding they've done. Well, it's a different way round. We've got different way of stitching the courses together, and that variety always makes for interesting racing, keeping it fresh, keeping it new. At the moment, one rider deciding that you're not going to get an easy start. It's Esprit Ibrahim on the move in category 2. Great to see Esprit Ibrahim, one of our really aggressive riders,
yes,
and a rider who really likes to animate the racing.
He does indeed, and it's always great to see him. We're going to drop in with him as well, and he's up and out the saddle, enjoying leading the race and making everybody sit up and go hard out of the pen.
Well, a rider from Morocco in that Moroccan jersey on the front here, out of the saddle, and I hope he realises he's making everybody else's legs sting from the word go here. He's got the cap on, he's got the casquette, he's got the smart kit. Red and black's always one of my favourite colour schemes to ride in.
Really?
Yes, a strong colour.
Well, Zach Nair took the win here last week. Ospina was 2nd, Mendakowicz 3rd, Bjorklund 4th, and Walter 5th. Now, not quite as tightly packed as the Category 3 race, but 7 seconds did indeed separate the top 11 in the Category 2 race. Now, Olivier Simmons was the man of action last week, forcing a breakaway very, very early on.
Indeed, powered by the Bjorn Borg headband, 1980s headband Appreciation Society. President of that is Ollie Simmons.
Could you be nice to people when you come back
No,
into the
not
studio?
always. I think it's a strong. I'm just jealous of having enough hair to be able to put it with a sweatband on. I have to say, Ollie Simmons is Bigley Simmons, one of the really, really great people that we
Yep,
get to watch.
he
And
is.
I've got to say thank you to everybody in the pain caves who puts those cameras up on a regular basis. We do try and get to as many as we can, and I'm sure we'll see Ollie basically when there's more action unfolding. At the moment, it's already started,
Yeah.
and Esri Ibrahim has already triggered what seems to be. I'm not sure whether all these riders have they all got an
Well, what I think
appointment somewhere
No, what I
because they're
think
on the
is
move
really
early.
interesting is where we see an early checkpoint, and this first
Yeah.
checkpoint at 5.2k. Category 2 particularly, we often see a breakaway group go for that first checkpoint. Sometimes they get a big enough gap to stay. Benjamin Brignall on our screen at the moment, the rider from Canada, not part of that breakaway group. He's part of the chase group at the moment. He's sitting zone 3 comfortably in the pack in the draft, waiting for somebody else to do some work to close it down.
I just want to know, how tall is Benjamin Brignall?
I don't know.
That seat pin was up a long way, and
maybe it's a small bike.
It was a smart bike. He must be a giant. He's really tall. Again, jealousy coming into play. One man I'm very jealous of, because this man is an absolute legend. He gets to work with some of the future stars of the UAE cycling. He's seen them all come and go. He's encouraged them. He's coached them. He's inspired them, and he's still smiling on the other side of it as well. He even put up with Emma and myself when we were over at the World Championships going out around the circuit. It was great to see all of the riders at the Abu Dhabi Cycling Club there, and got to say a big thank you to them for their hospitality, and to Ivan Yuki. Ivan, a rider today who I think it needs to surf those wheels
until the final climb.
Yeah, he'll need to be like he was born with a surfboard underneath his feet. He really does.
Interestingly, the lead group here, 3, 6, 7 riders. Maciej Mendakowicz now on the front of the group behind now. That's not a surprise. He does like to close a gap, and he doesn't like to not be in the leading group. So Mendakowicz and Troy Janowski now chasing hard from the group behind, but it is a quality leading group of 7.
It certainly is, and I think that's a very dangerous move that will bear close scrutiny a little bit later on, because we need to get our Category 1 riders, the elite riders, underway. With a number of teams on your screens at the moment, the Boss Moves Only squad bossing it with 3 riders. Jason Osborne of Germany, Michael Knudsen of Denmark, and Michael Fink of New Zealand. Of course, Jason Osborne, the current world champion. Bjorn Andreasen, Hayden Pucker, and Johan Noren of the Farm Watt squad, also in a team of 3 here today. Denmark, the United States, and Sweden represented by the riders on the Farm Watt squad. Alpha Joel represented by Vujasin and Jones, and the HCNSVE squad represented by Wu. It's time to go off and racing. It is our final race start in our qualifiers for September. Qualifier race number 3. Race that precedes the monthly finals next week. All of our riders now leaving the pens. Category 1 on to the race route, and congratulations or commiserations to Ika Morel on moving up into Category 1.
Yeah, he's been there for a few weeks now.
I know. I haven't had the chance to say commiserations to him or congratulations on moving into the very top level, because it's always harder.
Well, he's on some fantastic form at the moment, and it's absolutely brilliant to see. And I'll tell you something, it is also brilliant to see Johan Noren back on the Sunday race stop. The Swedish mountain biker who drops in and drops out according to his mountain biking schedule, but it is brilliant to see him here. Part and parcel of that Swedish squad for the semi-finals of the World Championships. And we know he's a great climber and has gone off the front of the pack already. Jeffrey Miller, the rider from France, closing it down. Pedersen behind at 4 seconds, but Noren on our screen at the moment. You can see him up and out the saddle in the pain cave, just dancing on those pedals and extending the gap coming out of the pen. The pack are having to chase behind. He's making them work at the start of the race. He's not someone that you let go.
No, I would, at your peril, let this man go down the road.
Well, last week, Ollie Jones out-sprinted the world champion Jason Osborne by 0.9 of a second. It was a fabulous finish. Ollie Jones, I've been talking to Georgina Jones this week, Ollie Jones's wife.
Yes.
Congratulations to the Joneses on the arrival of young Hugo, who arrived on Sunday last week, on Sunday the 14th, 12 hours before the Sunday Race Club race, where Ollie Jones went and beat the world champion. So, number one, congratulations on the birth of young Hugo.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Well,
congratulations for him being born on a Sunday. Obviously, bodes well for the Sunday Race Club in the future.
Yes, indeed. Future participants, feel free to add to the number of riders in the future.
Congratulations to Ollie Jones for 12 hours after being there for the birth of his son. Drops into the Sunday Race Club and wins. There he is on your screen, the new dad.
Yeah, I hope you're managing to get some sleep, Ollie, on the way through. Another member of the Sweatband Headband Association. And Ollie, I think you're incredibly brave on racing immediately after all. Maybe making the
on
most
the
of the chance. Yeah, probably on the adrenaline. It was a great sprint. And Ollie really has proved to us. I mean, when he first started on Sunday Race Club,
a long time ago,
I didn't have him down as a sprinter per se. But now, no, he's got a great kick on him, but not to have the sort of sprint that he's got at the moment. It's like he's just unlocked. And you know, when you play on a computer game and you unlock a new level and you get extra bonus
you go from seeing 14 to 15 to 16.
No, you unlock something else, and you know, like you do a mission on My Whoosh and you get the super bike and a jersey because you've done the mission. It's like Ollie Jones has been on a mission on My Whoosh,
and has unlinked a phenomenal
and he's
sprint.
unlocked even more sprint power and an even more explosive sprint.
Well, I'll tell you someone who's been on form over the last couple of weeks as well, and that's the young rider Paul Skierski. He took the climb competition in Belgium last week. He took the climb competition in Wollongong the week before. He is a young rider on a mission to climb strongly in the Category 1 pack, and he is achieving that goal.
Certainly is really talented all-round rider, and I think riding smarter and smarter on.
Yes.
Don't listen to this, Powell. If you've got this on in the background or you're watching later, just switch this next few seconds off. I think he's really riding smart.
Yes.
He's playing the game of not chasing everything that moves. And when he first came on, he kind of chased everything that moves, like you do, because you don't know what you need to follow. But he didn't, and he's let other people do the chasing. He's got the potential to be a future Michael Vink.
Well, Michael Vink is on our screen at the moment. You can see the sun shining out of the window. He's in the chase pack at the moment, covering the moves and sitting in the draft, needing to work on the descent. The pack are rolling over 70 kilometres an hour on the descent, and he's with a wide range of riders. Now, in the mix, because we've not done this yet, 36 riders on the start sheets in Category 1. We've seen Malheur in action. Berlin is here. Morel is here. Paradines is here. Lewis, Khan Kayan, Flubus, Leonard Tugels, Matit Skierski came up over this month as well into Category 1. Peter Milostic as well. Thomas Thrall, the Canadian champion, in the mix as well. And Carlos Ramirez. Now, Michael Knudsen, for me, is one of the riders who's been riding strongly as well recently. And Hayden Pucker has had, well, he's had two really good races. He finished 4th last week. Jones in 1, Osborne in 2, Knudsen in 3, Pucker in 4, and Wu in 5.
Well, let's see who's going to take the sprint on the first of our checkpoints, because they're on the way down here in Category 1, and it's Adrian Alvarado who has gone on the offensive early. The Chilean rider has gone hard. He's kicking down, looking to take this away, but look who's coming up behind. Paradines is coming with that characteristic 15 watts per kilo sprint. Newbie sprinter Jones is there, but he's not clearly. He's left the lock at home for the extra power there, or maybe he's saving it for later as Paradines goes in through. Just taking a look at the checkpoint times. He goes in through. Paradines ahead of Gednes in 2nd, Alvarado in 3rd, Jones in 4th, Jason Osborne in 5th position.
Yeah, and I can confirm 30 riders going through that sprint checkpoint together in Category 1, being led by Jasper Paradines. 5 minutes 51 of racing. Olivier Simmons leads through Category 2 at that point. Nicolas Fournier, we watched him lead through Category 3. Youssef Badeau leads through Category 4. Joel Warren led through Category 5. And Eduardo Suge led through Category 6.
Wouldn't be a Sunday if Joel Warren wasn't leading a sprints competition at some point in the day. Good to see all those riders who will be taking away those sprint prizes. So remember, prizes on My Whoosh equal in the men's and women's races. Prizes for the top 10 individuals at the end of the race, the top 7 teams, each and every finals in the month. Prizes for each of our checkpoints, and of course, for taking away the overall wins in the sprints in the climbs as well. Tatu Goyston, one of our riders who knows this in, of course, inside out, and Tatu, definitely a rider who could go well today. I think he's got the surfing skills to stay in the draft. He's also, I think, got that because. Yes, it's a climb at the end, but I think it could be a small group coming into that climb finale. And if you're in that group, you're going to need to have a kick at the end after having climbed. And I think that Tatu has that. We'll see if that prediction will be proved correct as we see more riders just taking a speculative look up the road from this main group. The riders that you can see on the front starting to disappear
it's
up.
A big gap, isn't it?
They're looking to bridge across. They're aware of this time gap. It's starting to eke out, gets longer. And the thing is, the riders in front, they've now got a gap to the leaders, and going on to the climbers, we see Han Young Zhang.
Yes, and Zhang on our screen at the moment, and you can see look at concentration. Wanting to stay tight in that pack. It's 29 seconds now to that leading group. Zhang, Nuki, Mundle, all in the mix, and wanting to stay. Now we see a launch off the front, trying to close the gap down and trying not to form multiple groups on the road. This is a danger point in the Category 2 race.
It certainly is. Ross Fawcett very aware that the riders of the road offer a real danger. And in fact, now that gap's going out even more. Ibrahim and Kalman in that very lead group, and Ross Fawcett now says, right, enough's enough. It's time that we actually got our act together here and we started chasing here. So Fawcett now deciding that he needs to take this work on. Somebody's going to have to do it. He's going to make this a longer climb, and it is one of the things, if you prefer a longer climb, you go early, you push on, and he's brought another rider who does that, Mr. X100, with him. So the two riders really starting to push here early to extend the climb into the flatland beyond in terms of effort. It should, in theory, help bring the riders in front back, but they're not just out of sight. No. You need an X-ray machine to see through the mountains.
And it's a class group up ahead. So Van Eert, Kalman, those two riders, up ahead in that group, and Marcin Trojanowski now joining Fawcett and X100. He too wants part of the action. Tatu Koinsinen coming in, Matthias Van He coming into the mix as well. Those are not uncommon names. Those are the types of names we normally see in the top 5, but they've let another group go down the road, and the quality of the group down the road, it's got Bruce Bird in it. Bruce Bird has got to be one of the most attacking riders in terms of his style. It's got Phil Graves in it.
I was just going to say.
Jonas Bjarhead. It's a really, really class group that they know how to work together and they know how to keep the pace high.
And is today the day where we see in Category 2, they've let the group go, and you get to the point, it says attack after attack after attack. It never works. So you just think, I'm not going to bother chasing anymore. And everybody saw it at the wrong time. They've let the group go, and now they're in real danger here because those riders can climb. You can see them on the right-hand side of your screen. You've got Simmons in here. Ollie Simmons in here. You've got Corrales, you've got Graves, you've got Bird, you've got Ibrahim, you've got Kalman, you've got Bjarhead in here. It's just like it's a who's who.
And it's not a small
riders.
Group. It's a 7-rider group. That is enough to have them working together and taking turns on the front and staying clear.
So it's time for our riders to commit. I think this is the time. I think it's the day. Qualifier race number 3. Today is the day. Commit to the move. give it everything, try and bring as many of those riders together, sort out when you get nearer the finish, sort it out on the final climb. But why not break clear? Why not push on now? That's how you're going to get quicker, you're going to get faster, that's how you're going to improve. And that's what's happening. We're seeing that move behind Mr. X100, along with Ross Fawcett, looking at that gap. They're looking at what can they do. Can they bring the group back in front? You've got some really cool heads behind. Either that or then they just don't have the legs to chase, because this group, whilst they are moving at a reasonable pace, it's not a flat out mad panic chase. So we're just going to take a look in at one of those riders really focused here. Jakob Björklund on your screens. Trophies in the background. A very, very ordered pain cave there in Sweden for Jakob. Jakob sitting in this big block of the main peloton, with riders trying to bridge up to the leaders. Riders being distanced off the back of the group as well. Category 2 living up to its usual...
scattered.
It's not a race where you just get attrition from the rear in Category 2. It's not a race where you just get aggression and attacks on the front. It's a race that it happens simultaneously, and riders can be distanced at any point from the front or the back of the group. They can be taken out of the group by a rider losing the wheel. They can see riders go up the road or not see riders go up the road, and that is where it's so dangerous. One man who I expect to be right in at the mix today, if there was a course suited to Simon Walter, this is it. The German rider can climb, but he likes to have a shorter climb. And I still think 5K at the end, it's a short climb.
Enough?
Yeah.
Well, we will see. Matt's...
Maybe if it's 3.725, it would be perfect.
Well, Simon Walter is Matt's prediction today. Keep your eyes peeled. In Category 1, Johan Noren is still on the attack. He came out of the start pen and really put a launch into the Category 1 race. We're at 10.7 kilometres and he's still out front. He's still up and out of the saddle. He's got an 11-second gap, and the Jason Osborne now coming to the front. But there's not a concerted effort. Noren coming in towards the base of the climb. This is the Vessel Rock climb. And, well, it's the first of 2 categorized climbs today. Noren is going to be the first Category 1 rider into the climb with, I think, around a 14-second gap.
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Joel Lewis, Carlos Ramirez, Ricardo Panizza, Thomas Stroll, all hovering around the front of the pack here. But it's not a concerted chase. It's not big numbers here compared to Noren's 7.5 watts per kilo that he's pushing it out already. Category 1, the last riders to leave those start pens on the left-hand side of your screen. On the right-hand side of your screen, the leaders on the road, the Category 6 leading pack, and it is still a bigger group at the 27.8k marker. So 55k route there at 27.8, just over half race. This is, as we see at the sprint here at the top of the Vessel Rock climb from Bjarhead and Simmons. What they've got to do now, though, is regroup the leaders, the breakaway. They need to get Bird, Corrales, Graves, Kalman back on board, because 2 riders are doomed, I tell you, against the pack behind.
No, I think they will come back. So just to confirm, 7 riders in the leading group in Category 2. Jonas Bjarhead leads them through. Olivier Simmons in 2. Sanchez in 3. Kalman in 4. Bird in 5. Graves in 6. Ibrahim in 7. It's a 16-second gap back to Ross Fawcett X100. Coinston and Van He, they are the next group on the road. Then it's a further 5-6 seconds back, and Jan Kaplinski is leading the charge.
Well, we'll see whether Kaplinski can make his way back into the group. This group needs to push, and there are riders all over the place now behind. I'm really interested. That gap that was out of sight and out of mind has been brought back down again, but the damage has been done. The discs spread out along the race route, top right-hand side of your screen on that radar view. And at the moment, this is Fawcett again pushing on here, putting in the effort, putting in those hard pedal strokes that see you bring groups back, see you close gaps down. Somebody has to do it, or that group are going to go. And they need really to either make their mind up, get across, take a few riders. I mean, Fawcett,
Ibrahim is off
Coiston,
the back, actually.
yeah, he is. He just got distance on that climb. Fawcett, Coiston, and Van Heat missed X100. 5 riders. 5 riders work together. They could go across, make that a group of 13. That's race winning.
Well,
that is a race winning group.
Personally, I actually think the 6 riders at the front is a race winning group.
Oh, it's a long way to go. That's a bold prediction.
But, you know, it is a bold prediction. Sometimes fortune favours the brave, and Matthias Van Heer at the moment up and out the saddle and pushing on here. They're 6 seconds clear of the main bunch at the moment, but the Category 2 race is all over the road. Riders out the back, riders off the front, main bunch chasing. But the riders they're chasing at the front of the race are 21 seconds up the road. The race is at 15.1 kilometres. It's a 55-kilometre course today. They're on the top of the Vessel Rock. They're about to go through the Vessel Rock sprint checkpoint shortly. That's the next checkpoint ahead of them, and it's a 26.6 kilometre run to the next checkpoint on the road.
That long middle section is a section that Category 1 have yet to reach. They've yet to reach the summit of the Vessel Rock climb. This climb that takes them 2.5 kilometers of uphill through the canyons, through the temples, and through the tombs here, cut into the rock, a bit like a scene from a Lara Croft movie.
It's a lovely, lovely bit of track, this.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, there are little bits and pieces and certain places, I think, on some of the routes that I just absolutely love. This is one of them. But Michael Vink at the moment leading the charge here. Yunfei Wu is here. Niall Pedersen, Paul Skierski, Hayden Pucker, Lionel Vuyasin in the mix with Ollie Jones. Johan Noren now distanced. He was our early rider who set the pace in Category 1. He's 7 seconds behind the back of this group. And you can see the top right-hand corner of your screen, riders all over the road. Lionel Vuyasin on our screen in the moment, in that Alpha Jaw kit. Do love that jersey. But Lionel Vuyasin right at the front here. Andreasen, Vink, Jones, Van Elst, Tugels, all in the group. It's still a really good-sized group.
But we are losing riders. We are losing 1s and 2s off the back. There's a long trail of riders behind. You've got to be right at the front. This is the very best of the Sunday Race Club. It's Category 1. It is going to be a real fight to the finish. Jason Osborne, the world champion, is the rider who's leading this as they run into the climb checkpoint. He goes underneath the polka dot arch that signifies the checkpoint position on our race route here today. As he goes underneath that banner, he collects maximum points. Behind him, Andreasen, Wu, Vujasin, Van Elst, Peterson go in through. You can see the winners of each category on your screen at the moment, and going through pretty much in time order, not huge gaps between each of these riders, because between each of these groups' times, because it's relatively early on in the racing. Quick reminder, that Vessel Rock climb coming at 13.5 seconds. Osborne leading the Category 1 group through, but it was a good-sized group. What was that main group made of?
15 riders. Shall I give you a heads up as to who's in it?
Go on, then.
So Jason Osborne leading through Category 1, Bjorn Andreasen, Yunfei Wu, Lionel Vuyasin, Stefan Van Elst, Leonard Tugels, Niall Pedersen, Jasper Paradians, Michael Knudsen, Thomas Thrall, Ricardo Panizza, Hayden Pucker, Paul Skierski, Ollie Jones, and Michael Vink. All in the leading group. They are 32 seconds ahead of Johan Noren and Kel Power.
That's a minimalistic answer.
There you go. So up and over the first of our categorised climbs are Category 1. Right at the front of the race, Category 6, they were the first riders out of the start pen. 50 minutes of racing under the wheels, 31.5 kilometres into the course. They're on this transition section, coming up to the 7 rollers on the course that are, of course, very well known as the Alpha Hills section.
Dwarfed on the course profile.
They are absolutely dwarfed on the course profile, but Gregor Gasek is coming up to those sections. Joshua Kalangad and Orlando Montoya leading the charge behind.
That's not a charge.
And I was about to say
that's a roll along the road.
I was looking to use the word charge, and then I looked at the group, and unfortunately the word charge came out of my mouth as I looked at the group, leading the rolling pack behind. How's that? Better?
The coffee chatter behind.
Well, there's no coffee chatter in category
There's
5 at the
definitely
moment
not,
at
is
the
there?
30.5 kilometre marker. There's attack, because look at the size of the group. They're at the 30.8 kilometre marker. They're actually not too far behind. But David Young, Wilhelm Tuft on the move, Bruno Fernandez, Matt Smithson, Jeremy Horn, Vladimir Toro all in there. Matt Monroe, Lenador in the mix as well. But the push really coming on the front. And the reason why? Look at the size of that category 5 group.
It's disgustingly huge. It's unnecessary to take that many riders this far into a race.
Positive terminology, please.
There's nothing positive about having a massive pack when you want to win a race.
Well, it's great fun for us because we get to see
That's
potentially a sprint finish. But
Oh,
Matt Monroe
yes.
Lenador in his pain cave at the moment. I always love the number of bikes on behind him when he's racing. It's
I like the
fabulous to
variety
see.
of sizes of bike in the background
Family
as well.
riders.
Yeah, it shows a whole family around. It's great to see. Good to see Matt in action, one of our riders who really entertained us on the My Whoosh Championships. Absolutely fantastic. The $1 million US prize funded championships, 7 stages across 8 days, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of riders making that race what it was. Brilliant, brilliant event, a brilliant race, and really for me showcased just what cycling esports is all about and what My Whoosh is all about. All of the riders verified as they are on Sunday Race Club, all of the riders having to compete in fair racing, and there's none of this going out. It's a bit like, I always like to think that this is that riding on the Sunday Race Club is a bit like when you ride on the road or off road and you've got Strava running and you have a group of friends on there and you know that all those group of friends are riding the same kit as you, that nobody's just left it in the back of the car or driving around with it collecting Strava segments, which is what you can find in, and that's the same as a lot of the racing. Sunday Race Club, every rider is scrutinized. Every rider has to go through verification. Every rider is weighed. They're putting in those videos. They get the dual power. You've got that assessment of what they're doing, and you know that you're racing fairly against people. And we had that on the My Whoosh Championship. All of those riders putting in those efforts, really giving it everything. Henry East, one of the classic examples, a rider that we always know is going to give it absolutely everything. A man with that South African jersey in the background. I'm sure you interviewed Alan Hatley from South Africa, the men's cross-country mountain bike world champion, defending his title, didn't he?
I did interview him. Yeah, that was last Sunday. But Henry Yeast, I tell you.
Do you think Henry Yeast has the look of Alan Hatley about him?
I think
he does.
He has. He's a really good rider, and he really races strongly. And he took that sprint competition last week in that men's race on the Sunday Race Club. I always think he looks really focused, really considered when he's riding, and really in the zone, so to speak, Henry Yeast. And it's always good to see now Gonzalez, Cadiz, all in the mix here. But the pack is, they've caught a group of Category 5 riders. They are rolling strongly at the moment at the 30.3 kilometre marker. This is the flatland transition before they get to the Alpha Hills. Cadiz et al. Keeping the pace high on the front. So really good to see. Hoy is in there. Clendeland is in there. Clendeland doing really well in the climbing competition at the moment. The first rider leading the Category 4 pack up to the top of the Vessel Rock climb. Good to see him repeating that from last week. James Robinson, Darren Lim, all in this group. McTari, Van der Zandt in here as well. Riding strongly Category 4, sweeping up some of the Category 5 riders on the road.
So don't forget, these riders who start after able to catch, able to draft, able to make the most. If you're being caught as well, jump in, jump on board, make the most of that draft. It can be the difference between the categories of being in the draft or being in the wind on the front of the group. So our riders on the way through this transitional section. The next riders to get to the checkpoint is at the Face Rock Sprint is going to be our riders in category 1. It looks like at that sprint that has been taken by Jasper Paradians from Niall Peterson, then Thomas Stroll, Michael Knudsen and Stefan Van Els rounding out the top 5 and taking 5 points down to 1. Jason Osborne in the mix. That group of riders, though, at the moment it's looking to me like it's 15 riders strong.
Well, it is. I'm just taking a look and
does
seeing
that not
how
mean
far
2 have got
back No, it was 15 riders
Yep.
strong last time as well. But I was just taking a look to see what the gap back is. Joel Lewis and Christoph Flubus, Jeffrey Malure further back. But Lewis and Flubus, they are at, well, I think that's around 35 seconds now. So very much a 15 rider group clear, and well and truly clear now in that Category 1 race.
Well, we'll see what transpires there. Interesting to see here. A little bit of a move just being made by Trent Stevenson, Henrik Oyer, with Andre Cadetzi on his way across at 3 seconds clear of Walter Clays, Backer and Ridley behind. So another little kick just coming off the front here. Making their way up here. And at the moment, just shy of that 30-kilometre marker. Category 2, I've got Bruce Bird, Phil Graves, Lexi Kalman et al. And that's leading the group still with the gap and working strongly together. Graves and Bird probably, I mean, apart from sounding like some kind of 1960s sitcom, Graves and Bird at the moment are doing an amazing job week in, week out of animating the racing. I really love the fact that they're prepared to have a go.
But if you've got a leading group of 6 riders, I would pick Graves, Bird and Simmons definitely to be in that group. And they are
Kalman.
Indeed. They're joined by Corrales, Kalman and Bjarhed. You couldn't ask for a better mix. They've got 18 seconds now on Fawcett and X100. Those 2 riders in the middle of the leading group and the main group.
But they would be in my pick.
Who? Fawcett and X100?
Yes, they would be in my pick as well. I'm not sure who I would deposit out of that pick, but they would be riders I would want to be in that group because Ross Fawcett will work and Mr. X100 will work and they want to break away. They want to make this hard for the sprinters. They want to make this racing tough and they are always on the move. And I think that in some ways that is to their disadvantage as well because they're always targets for being pulled back because when they go down the road, everybody sees them and goes, can't let them go. But it's happened today, and they have got, and our riders like Mastiff and Dakowitz now, going to be left going,
well, this group are around
how hard do I work?
40, 45 seconds back on the leading group.
And we are still a long way from the base of the climb. The final climb is 5.1k in terms of the climb checkpoint. The climb checkpoint coming 500 meters before the finish. So at 49k, we start going uphill. Until we reach that point, we've got a sprint on the way. We've got a few bumps like the Alpha Car Hills out there, but relatively tranquil in terms of terrain. If not in racing, because this is Sunday Race Club and there's always somebody waiting to have a little bit of a pop. Now, just in with Jan Zasbeck at the moment. Good to see in the pain cave, a very neat pain cave there, very tidy indeed. I'm quite impressed with that. And I like the skylight as well.
Yes, a light room, always
daylight.
Conducive, though I have to say some of our riders riding overnight, so who knows what time of day it is where they are. But at the moment, yes, Becca, on our screen, part and parcel of the pack. And this Category 2 race, one of the newer riders to the Sunday Race Club, and boy, is it a race of attrition and a fast-paced tactical race today to be in the mix. Mikhail Shurin in there, Daniel Mundell in there, Nathan Guerra on our screen as well. The air conditioning unit, you can see it in the background. Guerra, it is still very early in the morning where Nathan Guerra is. He's in the pack, he's in the bunch, and he's racing strongly. But the group are down the road, and what do you do right at this very moment in time? I think the only option is to sit in the pack and wait till the final climb.
Do you know Nathan Guerra's not yet won a Sunday Race Club? It's quite incredible. No, 3 second places, a 3rd place, a 4th or 5th place, but never yet taken the win, which I find incredible because he's always there or there. He's always aggressive. He's
always in the mix.
And he's riding incredibly strongly at the moment, and great to see him in action and racing. Good to see Ross Fawcett back, coming, but really back to form here at the right time, coming into what is the Northern Hemisphere winter, because I think he's going to really excel this winter. I'm really looking forward to that. The Northern Hemisphere winter brings a raft of riders in the Northern Hemisphere who go, it's cold, it's horrible, it's wet outside, pretty much like outside here today. And they go, time to race indoors, and you get this sort of swell of Northern Hemisphere riders joining the riders from around the world, and I think it just changes the mix of riders about.
Well, let's just remember, mix of riders around the world. It might be colder and wetter in the northern hemisphere, but also we see a huge group of riders from where it is too hot to ride
Yes,
outside.
indeed.
And then we see a huge group of riders who choose to only race indoors as well.
And that's one of the great things, isn't it, about my wish and the Sunday Race Club, because we're here 52 weeks of the year, because we have things like the My Wish Championships, we have the World Championships with My Wish, the UCI's cycling esports partner for 2024, 25, and 26. We see great competitions and the chance to race the World Championships, public qualifiers. So everybody got the chance to race to see if they could qualify for those semi-finals. The semi-finals are coming up. They have not yet announced the full list, and by they I mean the UCI, because it's currently with the UCI and the national federations. They have to select their riders, they have to confirm the riders. There's a lot of paperwork behind the scenes going on. Once that's done, those start lists for the semi-finals will be out. We know the courses, we know the race route, and you can ride them. And this is one of the great things. You can't go, most people can't go to Kigali and ride the road race. They're not going to go to Champery and ride the downhill track, because basically.
Oh, you wouldn't want to.
No, having been there.
That is so steep.
You can't go. Most people can't go and ride at the Copenhagen BMX track. But what you can do on Cycling Esports is you can go ride the 3 stages that make up the World Championships for Cycling Esports. And there's a mission on My Wish. If you haven't seen it, really get on board with this. It's a brilliant challenge. The My Wish mission, it is really simple. It's a race to glory. There's 2 simultaneous missions going. There's the Chasing Rainbows one, which is based around the road courses of Kigali, but we've got the race to glory, the recon mission. So basically, to get out and go ride on all 3 stages. They are going to be run in the same order that they're going to be at the World Championships. You've got 3 back-to-back. You've also got individual stages in order, but you've also got a whole lot of mountain elimination racing up the mountain, and to see how far you can get before you get shut down.
And there are separate women and men slots as well. So if you want to go head to head with a group of women, or if you're one of the male competitors and you want to see how you're doing as well, there are separate races as well as those stages on rotation. I, for one, will be locating my bike and putting it back on the turbo and dusting it off.
Why is it on there anyway?
Well, I've had a fair few weeks off because I've been working. So I'm going to be dusting it down and putting it back on because I want to ride those routes this week.
Well, we will have to see if you can jump on board and ride. You never know. Get in touch with @biking_Emma. You never know. You might be able to twist her arm to let everybody know when she's going to be riding.
No, I'm going to be very slow. I've not been on the bike for 7 weeks.
How many?
About 7 weeks.
My goodness me. That's good. Is that a record?
It probably is, actually. Yeah, I've had a lot of work and I've been to numerous different countries and it's been absolutely fabulous and action-packed, but it does mean I haven't been on the bike. So it's going to be a long, slow trawl back to fitness.
So if you want a long, slow trawl up the mountain elimination course or on any of the other courses, do get in touch with @biking_Emma and let her know when you're going to be riding. You never know. She might go and join you for that extra piece of motivation, because you can't beat riding with friends. And don't forget, you can jump on board My Wish, get that mission ridden, and there are some rewards. So you get the badge, obviously, on My Wish Info will have that badge as well, and you get a fantastic Colnago Fleur de Lis C68, a special bike. Now, I like the C68; it's one of my favourite bikes. Although I do have a hankering for Michael Vink's bike that we saw in his pain cave.
It's very
I have to
lovely.
say. It is indeed, and one of the young riders around here has actually got an ex-team bike from the UAE.
Yes.
It is an absolutely gorgeous machine.
He let me pick it up and it was like holding a feather.
He brought it to the studios because he knew that we would be really interested, and we didn't really get much work done for a half a day, did we?
No.
It was supposed to be a preparation day, and all we did was
we
admired
the bike.
Yeah. Well, whatever bike you ride, however you get that power down, jump on board and ride. Join Fabian Tapia, who's still looking cool, calm, and collected
He's one of
at
my
the moment.
picks for today.
No pressure, Fabian. Don't worry. Emma is good at picking winners, but you are allowed not to win just because she says you should do.
Well, Tapia part and parcel of this leading group in Category 5. They're at the 40.3 kilometre marker. They're around, 14.6k from the finish at the moment. And Tapia, Bain, Young, Roy, Milostic, Braun, all in that group. Matt Smithson is there as well. He's riding really well at the moment, Smithson, which is great to see. Hanley is in the mix. He's another rider who could go well today. And Joel Warren is there too, getting stronger and stronger. 10 kilometres back down the road after 41 minutes of racing is the Category 2 race. And X100 and Fawcett, they're now 17 seconds back off the leading group, 26 seconds off the chase group. They've moved across. So last time we were with them, they were pretty much 20 seconds from the front, 20 seconds from the group. They are closing very slowly the gap to the leading group of 6 and extending the gap back to the main pack. Well, you've got six categories out on the course at the moment. We've got 4 categories on the screen. Category 1 were the last group of riders and racers away. They're at the 27.3 kilometre marker. We're in with Michael Vink. You can see him on the bike with the big screen in front of him. The pack are rolling strongly here. Jones, Osborne, Wu, Van Elst, Vink, Pucker. Michael Vink around zone 3 at the moment. Heart rate 148, just dropping there as we are in with him. And dropping quite significantly as well. Well, the steady state pack on this section of road in the Category 1 group, it's still a big group of riders, 15 riders in this leading group. Michael Vink, one of them. Now, Vink's starting to push on here at the moment. It's a bit of a flat section, but Vink now, wanting to keep the pace high.
No surprises there. Michael Vink wanted to make the race, keep that race high, and that's one of the things for me that we've got to remember. A lot of the riders, whilst this is racing, is also training. Your body doesn't distinguish between the two. You push yourself to the limit. You make yourself work hard. It's the best sort of training you can get is going out and racing, and it's specific to racing on cycling esports. And you see that with Mr. X100 here, and Ross Fawcett really putting in the effort. We see with Michael Vink making the racing hard.
But you know what's really tricky here, because Fawcett and X100 are doing a brilliant job here. The two of them really working well together, but they are staying pretty much equidistant between these two groups at the moment, because we've got a leading group of 6. So the 6 riders on the flat, there's more draft, more recovery, more pace available than the 2 riders doing the chasing. It's like having a 6-up team time trial squad versus a 2-up team time trial squad on the same course. That's exactly what's happening at the moment. And Fawcett is part and parcel of the 2-up team time trial, not the 6-up team.
Oh, he's getting a 6-up team every time. Well, I quite like 4 or 3. Yeah.
Well, okay.
But, right in between. Well, 6 is the problem with 6 is you're off the pace for too long for me, and then you're having to pick up the pace, and the efforts tend to be harder. And then with a longer rest, whereas with 3 or 4, you don't drop as much coming off. 2, like Ross Fawcett, my goodness me, a 2 at team time trial is one of the hardest races I think I've ever done. You've really got to pull something special out, and that's what we're seeing here. Mr. X100 and Ross Fawcett pulling something special out, because you've got to be right on the limit. You're going to be on the front for pretty much half the time, and the rest of the time you're trying to recover quick enough to be able to get back on the front and not get shot out the back the moment you come off the front again. Well, it really is hard.
Well, they're about to go into the Avquire Hills section. They're at the 32.5 kilometre marker, 44 minutes of racing done. This is the 7 rollers for those of you who have been out on in Alula on my whoosh. There's a small section, 7 rollers. Sometimes when we race on the Sunday Race Club, it is indeed a climbing section, and it's been used for the open qualifiers in the Worlds. So it is short, it is sharp, it is punchy. And coming at around the 33, 34 kilometre marker, there's a bit of fatigue in your legs as you hit them today. Well, I can tell you it's not done much damage to the Category 6 and Category 5 packs as they've gone through those sections already. Those 2 groups actually are, only 500 metres apart. So Category 5 doing a brilliant job, and they're sweeping up Category 6 chasers. The challenge is they're towing those Category 6 chasers back to the leading group.
They are, and that is the danger, isn't it? That the groups will come back together again because we've got this extra distance. Effectively, if you think of the race as starts and then middle, and then the end section, the finale. The mid section of the races are all longer, particularly when the course is like this with a flat section in the
Yes.
middle. And that then means that if riders get caught and they can stay with the group, and we're seeing this here with the Category 6, with the Category 5, having Category 6 in there is helping the Category 5 with the draft as well.
Yep.
And that means that the groups are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and swell in this middle section,
Yeah.
particularly when there's nothing to break this up. I mean, it's a long way between those two sprint segments.
Yeah, it's 26.6k between the Face Rock sprint and the Newtown sprint checkpoint. This group now coming up towards that Newtown sprint checkpoint at 44.8k. They've got 800 meters to go. And ahead of them, the Category 6 leading group are literally about to go underneath the banner. And now, no surprise, Stefan Tigert is the rider pushing on here. That's the banner. He's pushing for this section as well. The pack behind, not really chasing at all. Happy to let him stretch his legs and go off the front and pick up those points.
So Stephen Tigert's going in underneath the banner there, making his way in through. As we take a little bit of a look back, you can see how close that Category 5 are to coming up on Category 6 here, because this is a run for the line. Jonathan Cridlin clear of Joachim Skretting. Skretting's going to go steaming over the top here like Cridlin was stood still. Joachim Skretting, he's got to keep pushing though, because behind he's got Thott and Warren, and Warren will not give in easily, but he's not going to be able to do this. He's on his way. He's going to pick up some points, but it won't be as many as Skretting. Skretting taking away top spot there in the Category 5. Skretting from Warren, from Thott, then behind. I think we're going to see the push come. Will it be Graziani? I suspect it will.
Well, just going to give you a heads up as to where we are in terms of those leading groups. It's looking like we've got Tigert, Gasiak, Silva, Gibson, Corver, Atruba, Escobar, and Lipka, along with Maillard and Calangad, in that leading group in Category 6, which is 10 riders in the leading group in Category 6. We've just seen the Category 5 pack go through, and well, the push continues to come, but 29 riders still in contention in Category 5.
Let's jump right to the very sharp end of the Category 1 race. Hayden Pucker down the road at the moment by 8 seconds from a almost chasing Jason Osborne. Michael Vink very quickly onto the wheels. Hayden Pucker doing what Hayden Pucker does well. Putting in a big kick, going clear, breaking away, and then holding the pace and getting the power down. Really good to see that Pucker really coming into form at just the right time. Had the privilege of meeting Hayden Pucker at the Cycling Esports World Championships in 2024. Because we won't be there in person for 2025, so we're not going to get to see him. But it was great to see him last year at those World Championships. And I have to say, he was really, really, I mean, I probably want to say he was really green in the nicest possible way, because he was so fresh and so... It was lovely to see that youthful enthusiasm just to enjoy sport
also,
and enjoy life.
You have to remember, he's come into cycling esports relatively new, you know, and his first big world stage.
And it was lovely to see.
It was brilliant.
You know,
absolutely brilliant.
Green in the nicest possible
Lovely
way.
young man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm showing my age, but lovely young man.
You do sound like my grandma. My goodness me.
I'm probably old enough to be his grandma.
I'm not going to comment on that. The studio isn't big enough for me to run away.
Well, Hayden Pucker pushing on here and doing a really good job. He's been really punchy and really aggressive the last few weeks on the Sunday Race Cup, and he really is coming into form. Well, Jason Osborne, the world champion, knowing how dangerous Hayden Pucker is, because the two of them have been training together, and Hayden Pucker has been over to Spain, where Jason Osborne has been spending the summer and working with him. And they formed a really close friendship, actually, which is lovely to see.
And that's one of the great things about cycling esports, isn't it? I mean, we get people from all around the world making friends, meeting up with people. And we say that time and time again. It's really great to see when we were talking about going for a ride with Ivan Yuki. We get to meet people. Thank you, everybody who came up to us at the races. We've seen people like Pierce as well, Phil Graves. We've got to meet at races. And at the moment, good to see.
They're closing the gap.
Yes, 4 mistakes 100 down. Got the gap down to what is 9 seconds.
9 seconds to BR Head and Graves. Yeah, the group.
Yeah,
I just wanted to do a check. I just wanted to check that the group was all still together. So they have been bringing it back. And what's been happening is Nuki and not Nuki, sorry, Fawcett and X100. It was because you were talking about Ivan Nuki.
Yeah.
Fawcett and X100 have been closing the gap to this front pack of 6 riders. The gap back to the group behind is pretty much staying the same. It's around 35-40 seconds from this group back. Fawcett and X100 now 10 seconds off the back. In fact, they're coming into sight now. Olivier Simmons, part and parcel of this leading group, with Alexei Kalman, with Phil Graves, with Jonas Bjarhed. There's some really class riders in this. The group behind, though, at the back of the 3 groups on the road, the main pack, I'm quite often seeing Guerra and Hayland on the front.
And it's really the decision about whether the riders get on or not is not within the grasp of the 2 chasers. It's really up to the group in front. How do they want that support? Are they prepared to let those riders work hard and join, knowing that they've had to put an effort to get across, swell the group, put a few more riders in the group, and then keep going? Or do they want to go, do you know what, we're not going to let you in because we do not want you in at the finale, and we're prepared to work that bit harder now to stop you getting here? And it's that choice, that selection can be made at the front, because if the group in the front decide to go, the 2 chasers are not going to get there, no matter who they are, even if you're the world champion.
Can I just caveat? I'm not actually old enough to be Hayden Pucker's grandma.
Have you just done the maths?
I have. But he is exactly the same age as my son.
Okay. So anyway, enough of
yeah, Emma, just had to caveat that I'm not like 87. I'd be quite happy if I was fit and racing when I'm 87, I tell you.
I was actually having a conversation with somebody today about somebody who's racing in their late 70s, who's racing almost as fast as they were in their 50s and 60s today. But I'll tell you something, you could be any age and come and race. We do have all ages on the My Whoosh Sunday Race Club, from youngsters setting off to our older age categories. And don't forget, of course, if you do have kids in the house, then do get them on board My Whoosh. Special new section of My Whoosh being launched that actually means you can jump on board, jump on the website.
For under 18s.
Get in touch for under 18s so that you can get your kids up and riding, get them fit, get them fast. You never know. You might have a world champion in your midst, in your own home. They may be the next world champion, the next Jason Osborne or Kate McCarthy.
You might ask, why do you need a online platform with a dedicated section for young riders? But taking safeguarding seriously online is really, really important.
I'm not going to even start this conversation because my soapbox has been put away.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. We're moving
brilliant.
On. It's
My Whoosh, you are absolute stars for doing it and doing it properly.
Well, Phil Graves, Ross Fawcett, X100, they've done it. Congratulations to Ross Fawcett and X100. The commitment has paid off. They have caught the leading group of 6. It's now a leading group of 8 riders in the category 2. I'll tell you, the commitment to that move, the dedication and resilience of those 2 riders, absolutely fantastic.
4 riders on our screen at the moment. Fabian Tapia on the left-hand side of your screen. Next to him, Rudolf Bertrand. And then we've got Michael Lenador and Daniel Dotto. 4 riders in this group on the move, heading towards the very front of the race. Timing is everything, though, because they're going to hit the front of the race as they hit the final climb here. This is going to make things interesting.
Well, can I tell you, that is going to be around 45 riders coming together at the base of the climb. It's the front of the Category 6 race, it's the front of the Category 5 race, and it's the chase group in the Category 6 race who were in with the Category 5 race, and everybody has now come together.
Not for long.
Well, I was about to say, as the road goes skywards at the Heritage Climb. You're right, Matt, it's not going to be long. I think we're going to start to see Category 5 move to the fore, but we've got a Category 6 flyer off the front.
We certainly have one rider looking to push on. It's the man that we saw on the climb, Xavier Maillard, putting everything into it on the Vessel Rock climb. But he can see the express train coming, and it's Mac Lenador who's gone. We just had him on our screens on camera, and the youngster has gone for this. He knows how far he's got to go. He knows he can climb, and he's gone early. He's hoping to catch Young and Co napping. Maillard at the moment sees them come sweeping past him, and now it's just about digging in deep and seeing what he can do. Can he go with some of the Category 6 riders who are in there? Look at the face of Maillard at the moment. Come on, Xavier. This is the push. Get yourself in that group. We're rooting for you. The people at home are rooting for you. We want you in that group. You've been bold. You've been brave. You've given it everything. You've just got to hang on those wheels. It will ease. And remember, no climb goes on forever.
Well, that may be true, but Josh Lipka is working his way through the pack, you know. Josh Lipka, the rider from the USA in that Category 6 race, positioning himself well. Another rider positioning himself well is Matt Monroe Lenador. Look at this Category 5 rider racing up the Heritage Climb at the moment here in Alula, doing a sterling job, pushing on. Graciani is behind, Young is behind, Natari, Roy and Tapia at 10 seconds separating the group. Junior Silva doing a great job climbing in the Category 6 race. He's got Sebastian Escobar with him as well. So there's a battle going on behind, not just for second, third and fourth in the Category 5 race, but also for the win in Category 6. They've still got 4.5k to go, you know.
I know, we're getting all excited, and we've got to be a little bit careful. We don't peak too early. So the riders, Matt Lenador going off here, but this is because of the nature of this climb, you can either treat these flatter sections as a recovery micro rest.
Yeah.
Or you can treat them as somewhere to push on, depending on how you're feeling. I think that was an absolutely genius move by Matt Lenador's kickers. They came together. Everybody's looking at each other. There's riders all over the road. And you sprint off through. There's a leader up the road to disguise your positioning a little bit as well. Great move by him. Category 5 and Category 6 well into this climb now as Category 4 take the left-hand turn onto our road, onto the climb here. You can see they are going to be catching people pretty much non-stop all the way up this climb because there are riders dotted around the sinuous turns and the snake-like dirt on the side of the mountain that forms the Heritage Climb. Mohammed Mukhtari in this leading group. And again, this is the nervous moment. When is it going to go? How early is it going to go? If you're wanting it to go late, well, I've got bad news for you. It's already going.
It is indeed, and the push is on in Category 5. We've got some Category 5 riders coming back. In fact, there's Marius Fossi, the great sprinter in Category 5, just telling us his batteries have worn out as the Category 4 pack go past. Mohammed Mukhtari's batteries haven't worn out.
No,
he's got great cadence, fabulous cadence as he launches himself onto the climb and continues to work strongly. Robin Clendenin is looking out for this and really driving forward. He's done great in the climbing competitions here in Category 4 recently, climbing strongly in the mix. Darren Lim is there and James Robinson as well.
And that move that we saw by Mukhtari, by using the pedal res, by winding it up, it's all about power. You can either push harder on the pedals or you can turn them around faster with the same amount of power. He chose to turn them around faster. It's a different way of utilizing those muscles, and it saves you those big resistance, the strength, the explosivity for later. Now, I think that's really wise. That's somebody who's thinking about the long run here, not just about getting across that group making that move. Clendinen at the moment right at the front of this race. Unger is there. Abello starting to move up. Muktari in the mix here. Pierre is in here as well. East is in the mix too. So this is really going to be where we start to sort out. We are dropping one or two riders, but it is not decisive yet by any means in Category 4. They are on to the climb. Category 3 are behind, and then we have the Category 2. The leading group in Category 2 making their way in. They're going to hit that climb. They're not that far off on the way in through. So the riders on the way up, heading towards the climb. At the moment, though, this group, 44K, well, they're soon going to be coming into our sprint checkpoint, and they've got to be thinking, well, am I going to be in for the overall, or do I need to just go for a sprint here? Olivier Simmons, Ollie's surely going to go.
Do you know, they're coming up for 10 kilometres to go now in the race, and Simmons been part and parcel of this leading group ever since it went really, really early on in this race today. Fawcett and X100 joined later and swelled the ranks to 8 riders. At last time check, it was around 35-40 seconds back to the main group. I think they've established and gone even further. But at the moment, well, there's a couple of hundred metres to go, and now we've got some competition because Simmons has launched and about to go over the top of Bruce Bird because Simmons wants the points.
Tell you something, Ollie Simmons can make sprinting look like a walk in the park. Just kicks his way up there, out the saddle, give it a little kick. Thank you very much. Checkpoint's mine. Ka-ching. Thank you. Let's carry on, shall we?
Let's carry on and move towards the finish. So the riders in that leading group, Simmons, Bird, Fawcett, Bjarhead, Graves, Sanchez, Kalman, and X100.
A real roll call of honour. What is the gap back behind? Well, at the moment, it's big enough for them to feel pretty secure. Meanwhile, Category 1, Hugels and Peterson with the pursuit from Knudsen, Wu, Elst and Osborne and co at the moment, waiting for this really to become anything decisive to happen. I think they're all very aware that it's going to be all about that last climb.
Yes, 15 riders in the leading group in Category 1. They're sweeping up Category 3 and Category 2 riders as they work their way through the course today here in Alula. They're at 42.6k, so they're just over 2 kilometres behind the leaders in the Category 2 race. And it's interesting to see, in fact, they're going past a number of really strong Category 2 riders who are taking it a little bit more easy today.
For Januski, I mean, there Kiesnowski as well. Just like, I get it, you can't race flat out all the time, but they're right in the mix.
Well, what I can tell you in that Category 2 race, because I've just got the time check now, it's around 45 seconds back to the chase group in Category 2. So 8 riders out front, 45 seconds back to the chase. It's a huge chase group. It really, really is. It's absolutely massive.
It could be as big as you want, but it could be
it's
like
45 seconds. And not wanting to quote a world champion, but Alan Hathley last week said, when I got the gap to a minute, I knew psychologically a minute is too much to bring back.
Well, will there be a comparison, a parallel between cycling, esports and mountain bike, or another one? Because we have lots of those across all of the disciplines. Remember, of course, cycling esports part of the World Championships controlled by the UCI, the Union Cycliste Internationale, and the cycling esports, there's one of its many disciplines, and the rainbow jerseys that are awarded. I had my hands on the rainbow jerseys last week.
Did you?
I did.
Don't get your grubby fingers on there. They're white.
Oh,
they'll mark.
It was the start of the day. Don't worry, I hadn't been on a bike or anything. So yeah, no, I got to have a little look. They were absolutely brilliant. And you can actually, if you really like the look of it, you can go out. And you can get some limited edition jerseys with rainbow bands to show your support of the World Championships. And you can actually get a limited edition Colnago as well, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you're feeling like you want something special, then dive on board. You know.
Can I just tell you, this group are really, I don't want to use the word meandering.
You can. I think 38 kilometres an hour on the flat when you are as good as these riders are could be considered meandering. Nobody's going to leave it like that for long. And you can already see somebody's got itchy feet. Somebody's decided, you know what? I just want to get on. Maybe they got to get home for the dinner.
Well, Ollie Jones at the moment on your screen, just up and out the saddle, marching and covering the move. He was quite happy sat zone 1, zone 2 until the cameras went on him.
It's a bit like when you're riding, when you're racing or you're riding and you come up on a group of people stood at the side of the road. You always try to put a little bit extra in, so you don't look like you just absolutely just.
Or all
on
of
the
a
limit.
sudden, the action happens when the commentator announces something.
Has been known. So Niall Pedersen, Bjorn Andreasen on the move on the front here. A real Viking attack on the front as they go in underneath the sprint here. Wheel to wheel as they came in through there. Just looking at the screens for an update. Andreasen going to take it from Pedersen as they came through. So looks like it's going to be the Dane in front of the Norwegian. But Norway with Martin Rosta Ondal in category 3, taking away the honours there. Belgium represented by Ollie Simmons in category 2. Germany by Henrik van der Sant in category 4. Sweden by Joachim Skretting in category 5. And Belgium once again by Steven Tygart in category 6. They're the winners of that particular segment. Category 1. We had 15 riders in the leading group.
We've got 14 now.
Who's missing?
I don't know.
Who's
question.
MIA?
Who's missing in action? Good question.
Yeah,
now I have to do a bit of work to actually work it out.
Well, whilst I'm thinking about Foo Fighters, let's look at the people fighting at the front of the race. Fabian Tapia has caught back Maka Lenador at the moment. So Tapia now on the move, going over the top of Lenador. Natari within 7 seconds. The rest of this race field, they have gone and been distanced. 53.7k covered. And at the moment, Tapia continuing to push here. He's got the gap on that early breakaway leader in terms of this climb. Mac Lenador, the rider that we're in with at the moment, Michael looking to respond. Natari riding at a good pace. The Italian rider at the moment still on the chase of the Filipino rider. They're all chasing Tapia at the moment, who's leading them up this climb. And at the moment, that race lead is looking good because Tapia is absolutely on a rhythm here. Now, we took a look at him earlier. At the moment, he's certainly making this look like it's going to be his. The rider from Chile on the top of your screen on the left-hand side there. The rider in second place. The rider below, Maka Lenador. And this is what we love about looking in the pay cave. We might adore the bikes. We might be looking at the interior furnishings at time, whether it's daylight or not. But what we want to see is the riders when they're right on the limit, when the race is coming down to the decisive moments. These are the faces. These are the people who are making it happen. They're the ones putting out those watts that are being measured and transferred to my whoosh that brings us this great racing.
Well, Fabian Tapia, the young rider in the under-23 category, still really now coming to the fore on the climb. He's such a strong climber. We saw that in the My Whoosh Championships. Now, I understand Fabian Tapia and Joel Warren have both raced the junior Paris-Roubaix the same year.
Wow.
But Tapia and Lenador now pushing on, and Tapia coming to the fore on the climb. Lenador in 2, Natari in 3, Young in 4, Graciani in 5, Chubb in 6, Roy in 7. As this race comes towards the finale, they've got 900 metres to go. Just to confirm, it's Jasper Paradiens who's missing from the front group in that Category 1 race. But right now, coming towards the top of the climb today here in Alula, it's Category 5 and Category 6 are not that far behind.
So a quick reminder for everybody, the climb segment finishing at 54.5 kilometres, 500 metres from our finishing line at 55 kilometres here today. So we'll see the climb banner first. That should be Fabian Tapia who's going to go through that first. It will then be the finish line that we're looking for some 500 metres later at 55 kilometres. Solo leader at the moment by 9 seconds. Fabian Tapia on the right-hand side of your screen. He's going to come underneath the Heritage Climb checkpoint, underneath that polka dot archway. That will give him the points in that. He'll take that segment prize away. Behind him, Lenador still working hard. He's clear of Natari, but Fabian Tapia knows he's into the last, what is now going to soon be 400 metres. So we got 400 metres to go for the race leader from Category 5, pulling back the Category 6 leaders. Great riding at the moment.
So Fabian Tapia pushing on the younger rider in the Category 5 pack on your screen at the moment. Matt Monroe, Lenador on the charge in second. There's 11 seconds separating these two riders at the moment. But Tapia really working and working strongly. The rider from Chile really showing what he's made of. Lenador continuing to push, continuing to drive here. He's not out of this yet, but Tapia, he's got his eyes on the finish line. He absolutely is dialing this today here in Alula on the heritage climb. He's going to swing around the final corner. He's going to see the finish line. Lenador 10 seconds behind him. Fabian Tapia has climbed his way towards the finish line here in Category 5 on the Sunday Race Club. He's going to take the win today in qualifier race number 3 in the men's race here in Alula. Tapia takes the win.
Well, he punches the air in delight, and quite rightly so. That's his second win on the Maiwu Sunday Race Club, the first to win. Qualifier number 1 in August. He takes the win in qualifier 3 in September.
Well, Matt Monroe, Lenador comes across the line for second place. A great ride from him. He led the charge early on the climb, and Tapia, the only rider to challenge him. Junior Silva and Sebastian Escobar go underneath the banner literally simultaneously. I'm going to have to do a double check of the results spreadsheet to actually work out which one went over first. I can confirm it's Junior Silva who picks up the points in that competition. But literally, it's 0.03 of a second, the difference at the climbing checkpoint.
So once they've just come through the climbing checkpoint and coming into these last few 100 meters, you can see Silva at the moment being distanced by Escobar. Very quickly bring you the result in Category 5. Tapia taking the win from Lenador in second, and Natari taking third, Gracia taking fourth, and Young taking fifth. Full results on mywoosh.com.
Well, Junior Silva on our screen at the moment. Cadence down to 56. The gradient is just shy of 8% at the moment. He's climbing his way into second place today. It's an absolute battle between Junior Silva and Sebastian Escobar in this Category 6 race. They've got Maillard and Lipka, Calangad behind, but Sebastian Escobar is going to come around the corner and see the banner. He's climbed away from Junior Silva on the heritage climb and takes the win today in Category 6.
Great riding by Escobar as he comes in through to finish his race. Another great ride by Junior Silva as well, a rider who we see giving absolutely everything week after week. It's always great to see him in that paint game because you can see the effort he's put in to this. He's going to be rewarded here with a second place.
He is indeed, and the effort and the work from Silva to come over the line. He's under the banner. He takes second place today in the Category 6 race. Now, Maillard has a battle behind with Calangad and Lipka for third, fourth, and fifth. But Darren Lim in Category 4 is coming into the final 150 metres. He's got a group behind, but I don't think they're going to catch him. They are at 6 seconds. Oliveri, Polaka, and Iran are behind, but Darren Lim at the moment is going to come underneath the banner to take the win in Category 4. Darren Lim, your winner today in Category 4. Oliveira, Iran, Polaka across the road, wide behind. I think it's Iran Arievi who's going to take second place. Oliveira is going to take third. Yes, indeed. Polaka takes fifth in that Category 4 race.
So Darren Lim taking his first win on the Maiwu Sunday Race Club. First win for Sebastian Escobar on the Maiwu Sunday Race Club as well. Great to see them taking victory here today. Category 3 going underneath the Heritage Climber checkpoint. Kowalski's going to take that from Stemman. Bakker is chasing hard behind. And I think Bakker here is very aware he wants to lose Kansara behind him. He wants to lose Kond, Guarin and Howeiler and Bakker. I tell you something, it's not impossible for him to close this down and go straight over the top here. He's a figure of concentration here, and I think I mean, he's Avatar sprinting, but he's got more in the tank there. Look at the pace. How much do you want it here? How much do you want this rune? Do you want this win? You're going to have to work for it, but you've got to get this timing right.
Well, Nika Kansara is coming as well and coming hard from behind. Kowalski and Stenman, 1 and 2 at the moment on the road, are going to be joined by 3rd and 4th because Kansara and Bakker, the two riders with the pace at the moment, and Adam Stenman at the front now sees the danger. He's just 150 metres from the finish line, and the 3rd and 4th place riders coming fast from behind. So Adam Stenman picks up the pace as he swings around the corner. Stenman, he's going to see the finish line first, and he's going to sprint towards it. He sprints on the descent into that finish line. Stenman takes the win in Category 3. Kowalski, Bakken and Kansara are battling behind. It's going to be Kowalski who comes through in 2nd. I think Bakken is going to take 3rd and Kansara in 4th.
And I think that is
Honda in 5th as well. That was a quick move up that final climb.
Well, the last win as he came in for Stenman, his only win before today, that came in February in qualifier race number 3 in Belgium. He's now taken the 2nd victory on the My Wish Sunday Race Club here today in Alula on the Heritage Climb course. A 2nd win for him today. So riders, a lot of new faces with this course coming to the fore, riders who aren't necessarily prolific winners.
Yeah, and it's great to see. Also, a lot of new riders we've had on the Sunday Race Club recently. I did do a little bit of maths the other day. In the women's race field,
really?
Yeah. In the women's race field, since January, we've had a 37% increase on average in the number of riders joining the Sunday Race Club. In the men's, it's 27%.
What an increase, and it just shows you just how good the racing
and
is.
we're continuing to increase. This month, September, the largest race fields we've ever had on the Sunday Race Club in both the women's and the men's races.
Something to celebrate, that is for certain. Who's going to be celebrating in Category 2? We're just at the moment in with Mr. X100 on this climb. You can see Corrales in front. Graves is behind. Kalman has been just about, he's pulling back onto the wheels. So is Simmons. It's yo-yo in here. This is not even close to all over. We have still got distance to go here in Category 2. Our breakaway group, do you know something? I'm going to be celebrating today because a breakaway has done it.
They haven't done it yet.
They're going to do it. It's not getting closed down for that gap. You do not put that effort in. I know they're coming. You can point at the screen all you want in the studio, whatever. But I tell you something, if you've worked in this breakaway, you've got to 53.5K. You've got to make it to 55. You're going to turn yourself inside out. You're going to be laid on the floor in the fetal position, absolutely in pieces, rather than give away a race-winning lead from a breakaway in Category 2, which is one of the hardest fought categories on My Wish. What a race. And they've got to finish it off and take the win.
Well, Ross Fawcett on the bottom of the screen, Olivier Simmons on the top. Fawcett part and parcel of that two-man gap closing move with X100. Simmons part and parcel of the group that went early. X100, Corrales, Kalman, Fawcett, Graves, Bird. This is the leading group at the moment. Simmons, getting distance off the back. We're coming towards the final stages. There's 1,500 metres, 1,400 metres to go now. Biarhead is still there. Bird is still there. Simmons, the first rider to get distance. The chase group are 32 seconds behind and being led by Stuart Miller on the climb. Have the chase group got enough road to make the catch? I don't think they have.
No. One word answer, no. This is going to be the breakaways. It is that day that we always look forward to when it gets shaken up. Category 2 on the right-hand side. Just dropping in with Category 1, just seeing Michael Vick now on the move again. 8.5 watts per kilo. He's wanting to rip it up on the slopes of the Heritage Climb here in Alula. Going with him, it's his teammate Jason Osborne. Balskirski's answering it. So is Wu. So is Knudsen. So is Jones and Bucker. Andreessen just about holding the wheels. Interestingly, Vink went hard. Vink has not broken the elastic. It has not snapped. They're coming back onto his wheel. And I think with the yo-yo nature of this climb, with the way that the momentum swings back and forth, we're going to see this attack and close, the squeezing together, the expansion and squeeze. And it's going to take repeated pushes or a long push and have the fortitude to stay with it when it's getting tough, because that's what's going to break the race in Category 1. In Category 2, Fawcett and Mr. X100 on the front of this group, but they have got a stacked field lined out behind them. The gap is there. It's still holding at just under 30 seconds. This is the rise up. Take the left-hand turn. You've got the banner coming up as well. The polka dot banner's not far away. Oh, my goodness gracious me. So here we are, just watching this, taking a move up here. This is looking tough at the moment. Who is going to take this away? Ross Fawcett in all sorts of shades of pain on your screen at the moment. He's at home in the pain cave. We'll see what he can do here today.
Well, X100, Fawcett, Kalman, Corrales, all within 2 seconds of each other. Bruce Bird and Phil Graves, well, they are 5 seconds back. Jonas Bjarhead and Olivier Simmons now distanced from the front of the group, whilst in the Category 1 race, Michael Vink, Yunfei Wu, Jason Osborne, they've now got a gap of 7 seconds on the group behind. It's looking like Vink is leading the charge this week on the climb. So the Category 2 race, Fawcett now comes to the fore. He's got 550 metres to go. He's about to see the polka dot banner here for the Heritage Climb checkpoint. He's then got 500 metres